Now from Progressive Field here in Cleveland, MLB The Show has Thursday night baseball. Tonight, the first of this 4-game weekend set between the Kansas City Royals and the Cleveland Indians. It's Indians baseball, and it comes your way next. Carlos Carrasco is ready to go as he'll be on the mound for Cleveland. What do you have for us on him, EK?
Well, they were real happy with his last start. Got into the 7th inning. He kept the other team at bay and got his ball club to win. They'll take that same sort of effort here.
Towards second. And a base hit, so the leadoff man is on to begin the inning.
Well, first pitch of the game, a lot of guys on the mound are thinking, all right, let's just get ahead here with the fastball. And he was having none of it at the plate. Drives this one for a solid single to start things out.
Runners off for second. Drilled to the right side. And that's through for a hit. And now they'll have runners at the corners to start off the inning.
Well, this is just a prototypical at-bat by a number 2 hitter. You'll see it right here. He just sees a big opening out there, and he just puts his baseball right in that big opening. Runners are at the corners now to start the inning.
Eric Hosmer will stand in. He comes off an 0 for 4 in last night's ball game.
Well, guys, he's really been scuffling lately, hitting under 250 over his last 10 games. So he's going to be looking to turn this thing around sometime soon.
Runners are at first and third with none out. Outside for a ball, 1-1. Eric, we take a look at the Tribe as they begin here tonight. They come in a bit of a rough patch. They've dropped 4 in a row.
When you're looking at trying to get out of a funk like this, it always helps when you can hand the ball over to a veteran starter that's been through this before, and luckily for them, they're going to be able to do that here.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Pretty clear the plan is to keep everything away.
And that's smart for most guys, but you've got to know your scouting report because this is a guy that can cover the outside part of the plate.
Carrasco pauses. 2-1 on its way. Got a piece. It's 2-2.
Now with 2 strikes, he can put the ground ball on the back burner and really go after the strikeout here.
Runner goes for second. Chop foul at the plate, and the count holds at 2-2. Has to be thinking strikeout here. He's running again. Hit in the air out to center field. Davis is going to get there to make the catch, and now they may have a shot at doubling the runner at first. But he's safe at first as he gets back in time.
Well, that's all he's hoping to do right here. Just get that thing airborne and get that first run of the game home. He does his job, picks up the RBI.
Kendrys Morales steps in with 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good inning here so far, so we'll see if they can scratch another run across right here.
Runners on the move for second. Into the seats, 0-1. Runner at first here, 1 man out. That's taken. Now it's 0-2. Looks like he employed the slide step on that last pitch.
Well, maybe you see a little cat and mouse game going between the pitcher and the runner right now. We'll see who wins this duel.
He's on the move again from first. High in the air and deep to left center field. Back goes Butler. Gone! So a 2-run shot to left center. Home run number 9 on the year. And the Royals have moved out to a 3-0 lead.
Well, giving up 1 run in the first inning is one thing, but now you add 2 more here on the home run. All of a sudden, you put your guys in a good-sized hole before they've even come to bat.
Batting fifth, left fielder,
Stepping in now, Paulo Orlando, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce one foul for the first strike. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball. 3 runs already home here. And he lays off for a ball. 2-1.
Nothing going right for him early on. It almost looks like he's trying to aim everything, and it's just not happening so far.
Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases. Around first, on his way to second now. And he'll cruise into the bag at second with a 1-out double.
Batting sixth, the catcher, number 13.
Salvador Perez will stand in now, and as you can easily tell from the splits, he's really struggled away from home. Shot toward right center, and that finds the outfield grass for a base hit. And they won't risk it at third, so they're at the corners now with only 1 away.
Batting seventh,
almost a terrific play as we get another look here. He reaches for this one but can't quite get there as this winds up a base hit. Mike Moustakas will step in now with 3 home in the inning and another 2 men out there on base.
This inning's really starting to unravel quickly from a defensive point of view. This is where you need a nice pop-up in a big way.
Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Set to deliver the 0-1. Oh, and he leaves the fastball up there. Mistaken location. He is going to pay for it dearly as that ball is sent over the wall. A home run. So a 3-run shot to right center field as they pile on. It's now 6-0.
One of the keys for him getting the victory in his last start, he did not allow a home run in that outing. But this is now 2 home runs he's served up here in the first few innings. You can bet there's a bit of concern over there in that dugout.
Batting 8th, second baseman, Omar
Infante to stand in. As this is popped foul behind the plate, it's strike 1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Lined hard toward right center, and that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit.
You want to put a big smile on the face of your starting pitcher? Give him a 6-run lead early on and see what you get. He's got to be loving this right now, and I got a feeling they're not done scoring runs for him yet.
Alcides Escobar will stand in, back in the lineup after getting the night off yesterday. He's set. Here it comes. Hit hard towards center. In there, a base hit.
Well, that base hit is going to get his hit streak to 6 games now, so he's swinging it.
Coming to the plate again, Gerard Dyson, as he'll bat for the 2nd time in the inning. Now some movement in the Tribe bullpen as a right-hander starts to loosen up. Looped out towards short, and that's through into center field. Base hit. And they will hold that runner over at third as he'll move up only 90 feet, but the bases are... Hanley Ramirez strides in after getting a base hit and later scoring the first time around.
Yeah, and just another simple single to the outfield here would be big for these guys. It could score too.
Butler's there. Makes the catch, but the runner from third breaks for home. And he will beat the throw home. It's a 7-0 contest.
And at the very least, that's what he's up there hoping to do. And that's hit the ball in the air somewhere. So nice job to pick up that runner from third. Although the other two runners have to stay put now with 2 away.
Eric Hosmer digs in here, having earned an RBI on a sac fly in his first plate appearance. And a swing and a miss at a pitch well off the plate. It's strike one. That look says it all in the third base dugout.
That's not the look of a guy who's going to be sleeping well tonight, is it?
Hit hard on the ground towards second. Kipnis has it. And it's in time at first. And hallelujah, the side is retired. But not only do they take the lead, they also open it up a bit as 7 men come across to score. We'll move on to the bottom half of inning number 1. It's the Ian Kennedy will be on the mound for the series opener. What do we need to know here, EK?
Well, guys, in his last start, didn't seem to have as good control. Ended up walking 5 guys. Going to have to make an adjustment to be better here in this one.
And this misses outside and a bit high. 1 ball, no strikes. Eric Karros, we look at the Royals as they enter play here tonight. They came out on the losing end last time out and are in a bit of a skid. In fact, they've lost 7 of their last 10.
And they come off of what was overall an unsuccessful homestand. You can't afford to have a losing record when you're playing in your own building, so they're going to need to turn it around because they've got a tough stretch of road games coming up.
Toward left center and fairly deep. Orlando racing back, but he has no chance to make the play. It's off the wall. And he'll get in there standing up with a leadoff double. Rajay Davis will stand in, and as you take a look at the splits there, he's actually a better hitter against right-handed pitching this season. A called strike to the 35-year-old veteran. 0-1.
And that's about where he'll sit with that fastball. 93, 94. And that's plenty hard enough to blow it by guys when you need to.
Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2.
Not a real good 0-2 there. You don't necessarily want it in the zone, but you do want to at least give him something to think about.
Throw on to first in time, 1 away. Time now in Cleveland to take a glance at the Tribe's starting lineup. How do they get back into the win column, Psycho?
Well, it certainly wasn't a good start. You're down by a ton after the first, so stay patient. Chip away. You've got 9 innings to go.
Jason Kipnis steps in for the first time. One of those guys really needing something to click at the plate right now. It's been a rough go of it lately. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. Looks like he's not going to see anything here.
Yeah, I don't think so either. They gave him 2 shots to see if he'd go out of the zone to try to chase. And after that, I'm thinking they should just put him on.
And they'll just make him throw one over here. 3-1. Grounded up the first baseline. Oh, what a stop on the slide. Got him.
Woo, no problem.
Marlon Byrd will get his first opportunity here. And he enters play 3rd in the American League batting race. Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. I had him reaching at thin air that time, and he's very quickly down 0-2.
It was kind of a delayed swing right there. He looked like he had to wait to see if it was going to be anywhere close, and now he's in a big hole.
Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. 1 hit, 1 left. Second, Kendrys Morales will stand in to lead off the second. And what will they do for an encore after the first inning they put together?
Well, you know, Matt, they might not have to do anything at all. That's how good the first inning was.
First pitch of the at-bat. Lifted the other way to left center. On the move is Butler. And that's the first out of the inning.
Now batting.
Into the box, Paulo Orlando. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here.
Boy, he had a great at-bat last time up, and he'll look for another pitch he can drive right here.
And a fastball to start things out here. Not close. It's a ball and no strikes.
And even though he's given up his share of hits so far, he still hasn't walked anybody, so at least he's got that going for him.
Hard liner toward short. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
And another hard hit ball off of him right there. That's not the first one he's allowed so far. As you take a look at his line, not too much to write home about right there. This has not been one of his better performances at all.
Josh Tomlin is going to come on now here in just the second inning, so he'll likely be asked to work a few innings here. Pitch inside, the throw. Tag from Kipnis, and he's out at second base. 2 out, nobody on. Line drive to left. Butler is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Carlos Santana will lead things off here with his guys down 7 in the early going. Steve Lyons, how do you come back from a deficit like that?
Well, I think slowly. I mean, yeah, ideally a 10-run inning would be great, but you've got time on your side. You don't need to try to get it all back at once. Just pack away. A couple runs here, a couple runs there. Get yourself into slam range. That's 4 runs down.
And here's a slider. Strike 3 called, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Yan Gomes comes to the plate looking to flip the script. His bat has gone ice cold over the last 8 or so ball games. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike. 1 out, nobody on. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2. Do you even bother with anything else here?
No, I sure wouldn't. As a hitter, you're thinking, look for fastball, adjust for an off-speed pitch. And so far in this at-bat, he hasn't made any adjustments.
Tried to shoot the corner, and he missed it. 2-2.
And when he's down 0-2, he's smart enough to know guys are going to try and get him to chase. So now at 2-2, he's got himself back to a spot where he doesn't have to go after a pitcher's pitch.
Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. Fought off at the plate, and we'll do it again. And he finally wins the battle as this is swung on and missed for the second out. Juan Uribe will stand in now, currently 5th in the American League in hitting.
Well, it's still early in this season, but if he keeps this up, he's going to be looking to get paid in the offseason. His contract is up after this year.
Up top, it's 2-0.
Well, that's the importance of having veterans on your ball club. You know, a young guy might have swung at both of those first 2 pitches.
On with it, the first is Hosmer, and that ends the inning. Indians go down 1-2-3. They need to. Mike Moustakas is into the box as we are all set to begin the third.
Well, guys, they jumped out to that big lead early on in this game, but you really can't get comfortable. You have to keep putting pressure on.
And he throws the fastball by him here, 0-1. Oh, and this at-bat is quickly moving from bad to worse. It's 0-2 now.
He's playing right into that big swing from a pitch before. Just throw something slow here, and you'll probably have him 3 feet out in front.
Curveball got him swinging for the first out. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Omar Infante. He reached on a single in his first try.
And everyone knows he's slumping right now, so we'll see if that got him going.
Here's the first pitch to him. Flipped out the other way toward short. And into center field as he's aboard with a 1-out single.
This is what you call an ambush swing right here. You're hitting in the back of the order. You're looking dead red early in the count. Kind of just hoping the pitcher might relax and forget about you for a minute. Then you get that fastball middle in, and you jump all over it.
Here's Alcides Escobar, the shortstop. as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce one foul for the first strike. He's set. Here's the 0-1. And there he goes towards second. Pitch misses low. The throw down. And it's far too late as he steals second with ease. And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now. For Infante, just his second stolen base on the year. Pitch is way outside, and he can't even get a glove on it. And he's going to make it into third base now, as I believe that'll be scored as a wild pitch. Here's the pitch on 2-2. Now a little pop-up off toward the third base side. Lays himself out and makes a spectacular catch.
Nice play.
A block at the plate, and he's out trying to score. It's a double play, and the inning is over. Abraham Almonte will stand in now, still struggling to get anything going offensively. And that's dead center for strike one. And boy, big problems here to start this at-bat. It's 0-2 now.
And this is how he's just going to mess with your mind, taking the pitches that are in the strike zone, and then you chase after the ones that are nowhere close. You know what? That is good pitching.
Ripped on the ground to first. Fielded cleanly by Hosmer, and he'll take this to the bag. 3 unassisted for the first out.
Left fielder.
Kennedy's ready. First pitch on the way. Oh, and here's a fastball right down the middle of the plate that swung on and hit out to deep left field, and this one's not coming back. This is a long home run. A solo shot here to left, and they're now on the board, though still well behind.
Well, with the hole that they've dug themselves here early in the ballgame, it's definitely going to be a long road back. But we've seen stranger things happen, and who knows? Maybe we'll look back on this home run as the one shot that got the huge comeback started.
And that falls in for a solid base hit, his second of the night.
Yeah, a hot shot that time and a tough read down there at third base. He just couldn't get the leather on it.
Hit hard toward first. And that'll get down for a base hit. And they'll have runners at the corners following the one-out single. Jason Kipnis stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out.
And now with the double play in order, they'll obviously be looking to induce another ground ball out of him right here.
Chased out of the zone there, and he's down 2 strikes.
And now this is where you can be just a little bit more selective as a pitcher. You're looking for the strikeout. You certainly don't have to throw a strike in either of the next 2 pitches. So you got to see if you can get him to chase.
Hard hit ball to second. Throw in time, and the side is retired. I have to imagine there's a full moon tonight, judging by this bunch. Back with more on a Thursday night. Gerard Dyson is ready here as we begin the top of the fourth.
Well, you know, he's been on base twice in this one already, so let's see if he can do it again.
Trying to lay one down here, but he misses strike one. Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
On 0-2, if that's a curveball, a changeup, a sinker, then maybe you get a guy to chase. But it's much easier to lay off a pitch down there when it's a straight fastball.
He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. Started to chase that time, but then he wisely holds off for ball 3.
If he would have swung at that, you would have never heard the end of it.
Grounded to the right. Kipnis is there. Throw to first in time. One gone here in the fourth. Zach McAllister is going to come on and make an appearance here, though I suspect even he couldn't have predicted he'd be taking over in just the fourth inning.
Zach McAllister.
Into the windup and the pitch. Hanley Ramirez stands in for the third time now as he takes a look at a ball. It's 1-0. Oh, pretty healthy hack that time. It's 1-1.
And this is a guy who will not get cheated up there, and he almost came out of his shoes on that one.
And this is low, ball 2. 2-1. 7 runs, 11 hits, and no errors so far for the Royals. Swinging a high pop-up. Could be tough back behind third. And this will be taken in by Uribe for route number 2. So bases are empty here with 2 gone. And standing in, here's the first baseman, Eric Hosmer. Smoked the other way, high and deep to left. Butler ranging back. He's there to make the play, and that'll retire the side. One more look at the final out. A teeth rattler if ever there was one. We're back to Progressive Field.
Leading off the fourth for the
Kennedy
Indians.
gets the sign. First pitch on its way.
Carlos.
First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. No, he did not. Ball 2. 3-0 now.
And he's got a little bit of work to do now to avoid that first walk.
And there's a strike as he'll try to work his way back. It's 3-1. Now a sharply hit ball back up the middle. But this is yanked down out there at shortstop for the first out.
The catcher, number 10.
Into the box now, Yan Gomes. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. And he'll look at a fastball that doesn't miss by a whole lot. It's 1-0. Hit high and deep out to left center field. Ranging back is Dyson, but he won't get there as it lands just shy of the wall. And he's in there safely. He's got a double. So a runner on second with 1 down now. And standing in now, Juan Uribe. And a good fastball from Kennedy as he gets ahead with strike 1. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. Still 1-2 as he fouls this one in the air out to left. Orlando is in his tracks now as he makes the catch for out number 2. Stepping in, Abraham Almonte. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Now here's a curveball by Kennedy, good for strike 1. And the curveball's in there, so he's quickly behind 0-2.
Well, no taking now. He's going to have to swing the bat.
Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. Kendrys Morales strides into the box now. Launched one over the wall back in the opening frame.
Kendrys Morales.
And this is going to be extra bases here to kick off the fifth. Around first, digging for two now. And a very quick start to the inning here. It's a first pitch double.
And after going hitless in last night's ball game, he's turned things around here. That's his second hit of the ball game, and he's in at second base with a well-hit double.
Paulo Orlando is in for the third time here as he watches one that misses low. It's a ball and no strikes. Well, we'll give you a look there at the graphic. That's now 10 doubles for him on the season. Hit hard to the right side. Taken in by Kipnis, and he's set down, one away.
The catcher, number 13.
Salvador Perez digs in now after lining out in his last try.
Yeah, he put a good swing on it last time, so we'll see if he can make one fall here.
First pitch on its way. First pitch fastball swung on and missed 0-1.
Boy, no fear in that location. He just ramped up and threw it right by him.
Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Bird is there. He makes the catch. Here comes the runner from third. And never much of a chance to even think about scoring there. What a big second out. So a man at third here with two gone. And standing in, the left-handed hitting third baseman, Mike Moustakas. Oh, and a hearty cut there to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
Yeah, he just really pulled off of that pitch. This is a two-seamer working its way down and away, and he wasn't even close.
And he falls behind 0-2. Swung on, and he went fishing in the dirt. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. Royals leave one. They're on top 7-1. Joey Butler will stand in to start things out here in the home half of the fifth. And you get the sense, Steve, that this crowd's been pretty well taken out of the ballgame to this point.
Yeah, they pretty much had to sit on their hands all afternoon. Not a lot to get excited about so far. And I think that's a credit to that man out there on the mound. He's cut right through this lineup for the first 4 innings.
Ramirez is there, and it takes just one pitch to retire the leadoff man in the home half of the fifth. Francisco Lindor is at the plate as he watches ball one. Kennedy into his motion. 1-0 on its way. That's lifted the other way out to left. Orlando giving chase. Uh-oh, he whiffs on it.
Now batting, center fielder,
Rajay Davis will dig in. 1 for 2. He grounded out the first time and followed that with a base hit in his second plate appearance. The set and the 1-0 pitch. That one will get out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Hot shot on the ground is short. Throw to first is in time, but meanwhile the runner is in to score.
the second baseman, number 22.
Jason Kipnis bats now and will try to start over with the bases empty and 2 away following the RBI ground out. And a high strike there, 0-1. Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2.
And he's really going to have to fight now. You got to take a little bit out of your swing and find a way to put this ball in play.
A little bit off the outside, it's 1-2. Sent on the ground out to second. Fielded by Infante. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. So it's 1 run scored without the benefit of a hit. Omar Infante will stand in now to lead things off, and he'll do so with the same pitcher still out there. Seems he's earned himself another inning.
I think that's a definite vote of confidence, but he's done a nice job since coming in, so you might as well ride that hot hand.
And that's a base hit, so a little first pitch swing in there as he's on to kick off the inning. Alcides Escobar comes forward to bat again. He was the victim of a double play last time around. First delivery to him on the way. He's running towards second. Pitch inside. The throw. Not in time as he steals second. That evens it up 1-1. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
I think you have to ask yourself, was he trying to throw a fastball for a strike right there? Or was he just trying to set me up for that changeup away?
Hit hard back up the middle. Kipnis ranging to his right. Throw to first is in time for the first out. Gerard Dyson will step in. A ground out victim as last time.
Yeah, ground out last time, but you know, with his speed, that's kind of a big part of the way he plays the game. Put the ball on the ground and force the defense to make a clean, quick play on him, because if they don't, he's safe.
Oh, that one got the pitcher. No play as the run comes in to score, and we're all hoping he's going to be okay on the mound.
Well, you know, all the infielders are taught to try and knock a ball down in that RBI situation. But here on the mound, I don't think he had any choice. This one comes back at him and gets him flush. And by the time they all scramble around to find the ball, they have no chance of preventing that run from scoring.
Here's the left fielder, Hanley Ramirez. Pitches a cold strike. The throw. And no throw, as it turns out, as he takes second with ease. Runner goes for third.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. Hit hard up the middle. And that's through into center field. Base hit. They'll cash in here as the run is in to score from third. Now a 9-2 ball game.
So smart here at the plate. You can see he's not trying to hit the ball out of the park. There are times for that, but here he's got a guy out there on third, so this is just a short, compact swing. Just looking to get that run home. He's able to get the job done.
Eric Hosmer will stand in. One of the few guys not to join the hit parade so far. Runners on first with 1 down. Runners off for second. It skips in and he's safe. Close play, but he's in there.
Yeah, and this starts to beg the question about what exactly you're trying to accomplish out there. I mean, I think you need to consider playing station to station right now and not trying to run things up even more.
Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1. For Ramirez, that's stolen base number 6 now on the year. Now a fastball, but that's easy to lay off, and it's back to even at 2-2. Where do you go from here?
I think he's set up for something off speed. If you can put that changeup below his knees, he won't come within a foot of it.
Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. The 2-2 pitch. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Butler has it in his tracks. 2 down. And no tag at second. He'll head back there with 2 away now. Kendrys Morales will stand in here, but before he does, let's take you back to the very first inning. This was a 2-run home run right out of the gate that really got these guys off to a fast start. And that swung on and missed for strike 1.
Yeah, sometimes you give a power hitter like this a fastball at eye level, and he just can't help himself.
A swinging bunt to the mound. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Marlon Byrd will stride forward now. He's bounced out a couple of times already here in the ball game.
Just a little off on his earlier swings, guys. You've got to keep that top hand palm up through contact to keep him rolling over.
Inside, and he falls behind the hitter now, 2-0.
Yeah, and he didn't even have to think twice about that one. And now he's got a good hitter's count here, 2-0.
And a good pitch there as he got him to go after one in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. You go back to the curveball here?
I'd stay away. I'd go curveball or even slider, but I got to get it out over the plate. My job as a pitcher, expand the zone. Make the hitter swing at pitches that are off the plate.
Kennedy sets his sights. Here's the 2-2. Got him.
You know, and I think most hitters will tell you, if you get a bad call on strike 1 or strike 2, you know, they can live with that. But if you're going to punch me out on strike 3, it better be a strike. If not, I feel like you're taking the bat out of my hands.
Carlos Santana is in with 1 away now as he swings and misses here at strike 1. Now a fastball that's taken close that time, but it's 1-1. This is hit the other way out toward left field. Orlando is right there as he'll put it away without much problem for the second out.
Number 10.
And that slider's been an effective pitch for him, no doubt. As you take a look there, what his pitch breakdown looks like so far.
Yan Gomes steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far. And that's in there for strike 1. This is hit softly to third. And that's in there, so perhaps some life here with 2 men out. So they get a 2-out base runner here following the base hit, and that leads us to check out the league leaders in team batting average.
Yeah, and there you see where they rank in that stat category. And when 1 through 9 in your lineup can pretty much all hit for average, you're going to have a chance to win a bunch of games.
Juan Uribe will step in now. He's bounced out and flown out in his first 2 plate appearances. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. Oh, much too tardy on the fastball. 1-1. Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2.
And if he's getting tired, it's not showing in his slider. That pitch is still as tight as it was in the second inning.
A little late with the swing, but he stays alive. Still 2-2. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Back here in Cleveland, Royals leading this one as we get set to start the 7th. But before we do so, let's take a look at our game summary to this point. Dan Otero will come on now in a mop-up role as he'll just try and keep this deficit from growing any larger. Bat explodes as this has popped up. And he'll steer clear of the flying debris to make the catch here for the first out.
Catcher, number 13.
Salvador Perez gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. Righty against righty as this is taken for a ball. It's 1-0. And, ooh, looked like a definite pitcher's pitch there on the inside, 1-1.
You know, a lot of times with a sinker baller out there, you're just conditioned to always look for something down. So he can surprise you with that high fastball, maybe 4-seam it every once in a while. And when he does, you can forget it.
And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. And that's going to be high, 2-2 now. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Chop foul at the plate, and we'll do it again. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. In time to first, and there are 2 away. Mike Moustakas strides into the box now. Launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. Now a swing and a miss. Took something off that one, and it's strike 1.
Boy, when he's got that thing going good, it just takes a nosedive right at the end.
A little bouncer. That winds up foul for the 2nd strike. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he starts to go after it. Question was, did he hold up in time? Yes, indeed, says the third base umpire. A ball and 2 strikes. Here it is. And it's to 2-2 now with the bases empty and 2 gone here in the inning.
I smell another changeup coming here before too long.
Could even be right here.
Ball 3. 3-2 now.
Yeah, and that's not the pitch you want to throw on 2-2. I mean, that was so high, he didn't even have to think about swinging at it.
Oh, and it eats him up a bit. And they'll wind up with no play here as he reaches first safely.
Up next for the Royals.
Digging in, Omar Infante. He singled his last time up. Swing and a miss that time. It's 0-1. And it's quickly 0-2. Cue shot here out toward short. On to Kipnis at second, and the inning is over. 1 left for Kansas City, but they hold a 9-2 lead. Abraham Almonte is in for the 3rd time now as he takes a called strike. It's 0-1. Chased a low ball there, and he's quickly down in the count 0-2.
Well, if he's going to overcommit to pitches like that down in the zone, I'd keep throwing him until he proves he can lay off.
Hit on the ground to short. On to first is Escobar, 1 away. Joey Butler will stride in again, and before he takes his cuts here, let's flash you back to the 3rd inning. This was just a solo shot, but it definitely helped get this offense going. Swing and a miss, and he's in control, 0-2.
Yeah, ground ball out to start the 7th. Now an 0-2 count. He's looking sharp as ever.
Ramirez over to his right. 2 gone.
Now batting.
Digging in, Francisco Lindor. He reached base on an error and later came around to score last time up. Chris Medlin will come in now working with a huge lead, so he'll just look to get some work in here.
Chris Medlin.
Francisco Lindor is in with 2 away as he takes a ball, 1-0. A chance here at least for this guy to get some work in what should be a fairly low-stress appearance.
Yeah, but it seems like these outings are...
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here. Alcides Escobar comes to the plate, and he'll start us off in the 8th. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. Fly ball out toward left center field. And the 8th inning begins with a fly out. Quickly 1 away.
Now batting.
Settling in now, Gerard Dyson. He'll look to keep it going, 3 for 4 so far in the ball game. Here comes the first pitch. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. And a good heater as he just watches this baby, a ball and a strike. Really a good job so far by this guy out of the bullpen.
Yeah, he's come in and really put his stamp on this game. He's thrown a lot of strikes. That's what you want.
Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. Way outside, nearly to the backstop, 2-1. Unable to get the bat around in time, and the count evens at 2-2. And that one never threatened the zone. It's gone full now to 3-2. On deck, there's Hanley Ramirez. 1 out, nobody on. And he got him.
Well, this has been a good start to an inning, but it's coming far too late to have any hope of salvaging things. And you can bet that guy there will have a word or two to say to his staff after this one's done.
Hanley Ramirez ready for another at-bat now. He's 2 for 3 so far.
Yeah, and you can bet he'd love to get himself that third hit. Those are the kind of games that puts a little extra pep in your step.
A fastball off the plate away. It's ball 1. That's wide, 2-0.
2 really close pitches to kick off this at-bat. Normally this guy would be all over him, but he's shown some discipline here with 2 good takes.
The 2-0 on the way. Over the outside half, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, you know, he probably got the fastball he was looking for, but on 2-0, you can look for one pitch in one spot. And if it's not in that spot, you take it.
And Ramirez will just try and work his way aboard here. It's 3-1.
And obviously, this guy's a dual threat up there with the speed and power. You don't want to walk him because he might be stealing on you, but you don't want to groove a fastball right here because he might jump the yard on you.
Here's the 3-1. And this is heading out toward left field, but this is going to get fouled up into the crowd. Ready to deliver the full count pitch. Saws him off here as this ball's popped into the air.
Oh, you take a swing at a pitch like that, you're lucky that you only got sawed off. He's going to have to go find himself another piece of lumber.
That misses for ball 4. Down to first goes Ramirez.
It's hard to believe that for all the runs that have been scored, this is just their first walk of the ball game. What they've gotten, they've had to earn it, and they're going to get another base runner right now.
Eric Hosmer will dig in now, hoping to perhaps make him pay for the 2-out walk.
Yeah, nothing going on earlier in this inning, but a chance to make some noise right here. Those kind of walks often seem to come back and bite guys somehow.
1-0 count. Here it is. Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. That's on the corner to put him behind now. 1-2. Able to protect the plate with 2 strikes, and he'll see another one. And we're going to have a quick stoppage here as a beach ball has made its way into right field. A runner on first with 2 away. And another foul ball. Ready on 1-2. And a good take there. Close, but it's 2-2.
And this is where he gets so tough. He's seen everything you've got, but you've still got to make one more good pitch to get him out.
Set to deal on 2-2. And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full.
And now the benefit of you working the count to 3-2 is that runner gets a head start from first with 2 away.
Full count, here it comes. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. He's set. Here's the 3-2. Hard hit ball towards the hole. And that's in there. Base hit. Throw comes in quickly from left, so even on the hit and run, they'll hold things to first and second here.
Now batting, the designated hitter,
Tommy Hunter will come on now in a mop-up role as he'll just try and keep this deficit from growing any larger.
Number 48, Tommy Hunter.
Kendrys Morales will be his first assignment here as he'll face him with runners at first and second and 2 away.
Well, he's done some pretty good damage in clutch situations with 2 RBIs in this game already.
Hit out towards second. Backhanded. On to first, and the Royals can't cash in as the inning is over. Royals strand a pair, but they hold a 9-2 lead. Rajay Davis will step in to lead it off for Cleveland. He'll be followed in the order by Jason Kipnis. Action in that KC pen now as the right-hander's begun to loosen up. Ground ball sent back up the middle. And a base hit, so he goes after the first pitch he sees, and he's on to open up the inning.
Well, these guys have been high on effort, but low on results so far. They're still stuck on 2 runs, but at least they've got a leadoff base runner here to start this inning.
Jason Kipnis will stand in now, and he's been kept quiet out of the number 3 hole, hitless in his 3 at-bats so far.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely one of the better hitters in this lineup, and that's why he's in the middle of the order. He just hasn't been able to get it going today. It happens.
The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. 2 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error in the ballgame for Cleveland so far. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one.
And you wonder if he's feeling just a little bit distracted having that base stealer over there at first base. Sometimes just the threat of a steal can really mess with your head out there.
The 2-0 pitch. Trying to go the other way. This is looped out toward third. But a great diving catch, and this could be a double play.
The right fielder,
yeah, there's a ball right there, not hit very hard, so he's got to cover some ground in a very short amount of time, and he lays out there to pull it in. Nice play.
Marlon Byrd standing in. And he takes ball 1.
Yeah, looked like he hit the target. That's a tough pitch to lay off, but he made it pan out.
This one's a strike. It's 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 on its way. And he misses low here, so the count goes to 3-1.
And I think having that guy on first is taking him totally out of his game.
Yeah, I don't know why he's so concerned. He's got the lead. If that guy wants to go, let him go.
He's set. Here's the 3-1. That's in there, and it'll run the count to full, 3-2.
It might not be a bad time to have a look over to first. Make sure they don't have any ideas of trying to send him to keep out of the double play.
Runner at first here, 1 man out. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. On the ground to second base, this could be two. Escobar. And a high return throw, but a great athletic play to come down with his foot on the bag. It's a double play, and the inning is over. 4-6-3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. We're back to Progressive Field in just a moment. And welcome back to Major League Baseball on the show from Progressive Field in Cleveland, Ohio. Striding into the box, Paulo Orlando, already 2 for 2. He'll look to add on right here.
Orlando.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Here we go with inning number 9 as the first pitch misses for ball 1.
And think about it, in game 1 of this series, they've already had to go deep into their bullpen. This could affect them for the rest of the weekend.
And they won't get him to chase the curveball in the dirt that time, and it's 2-0 now. A big uppercut there as he popped this straight up. Uribe is there for it. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
The catcher, number 13, Salvador Perez.
Now to the plate, Salvador Perez. He's 1 for 4 for the game. Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. And he misses with it, 1-1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. High and deep to right center field. Ranging back is Davis at the track. But he won't have a play. This is down and into the gap. And he'll pull in there with a 1-out double.
The third baseman, number 8.
And this is how you break out of a cold streak. This is his second hit of the ball game, and this one goes for extra bases. You could see that confidence is slowly starting to come back at the plate.
The third baseman, Mike Moustakas, now, as the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1.
I'll give him this. He's not intimidated up there. Well, that was inside. Close to triple digits. He didn't even flinch.
1-0 pitch on the way. Fastball, and that thing got up there at 95 miles an hour, a ball and a strike.
And you can see him trying to be a little bit more patient here. He's got 2 strikeouts already, but he's got to be careful not to fall too far behind.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball. 1 out and a runner on second base. All even now, 2-2. And a breaking ball's bounced out towards second. Played on the backhand. Throw is low, and he can't get it to stick in the webbing.
Well, if this ball gets through up the middle, there's a good shot they're going to score a run right there. But you can see a nice effort here at second base to even try to get an out on that play. It'll wind up being an infield single, but at least it keeps that other runner at third base.
Brian Shaw will come on now in a mop-up role as he'll just try and keep this deficit from growing any larger.
Shaw.
Omar Infante to stand in, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0.
That changeup away is his ground ball pitch. That's a good job to hold off.
And a strike to even the count. 1-1. One and two now as that one's fouled off. Runners are at the corners with one man out. Good plate discipline to lay off the slider that time, and he draws even at 2-2.
Pretty good discipline right there with 2 strikes. That's a tough sweeping slider, difficult to lay off, but he did it.
And he's getting his money's worth up there now. It's full 3-2. Alcides Escobar is on deck. Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Drifting toward the third base dugout. And he'll stay with it to put it away as they get their man here for the second out.
The batter, number 2.
Ready now, Alcides Escobar. He flew out in his last at-bat. Cut fastball inside, ball 1. Runners at the corners, 2 men out. In for a strike, it's 1-1. One and one, here it is. Wisely lays off the cut fastball there. It's 2-1.
Boy, what a nice job so far of working himself into a hitter's count. Now he can go to work on maybe picking up that 2-out RBI out of the 9-hole.
A little early, and now it's even at 2-2. All even at 2-2. Here it is. He got him. And exhale as he's out of the jam, and the inning is over. So it's no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left stranded. 5, 6, and 7 will lead things off in the bottom of the 9th. It's the Royals 9 and the Indians 2. Carlos Santana will stand in now to begin. Decided long ago.
Yeah, this is mop-up time out there right now. But, hey, these at-bats still count against your batting average, so you can't go up there and just mail it in. You've got to see this through right to the end of the game.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Watches a fastball right there for strike 1. And here's a curveball in the dirt that time for a ball. 1-1. Here it comes. Called strike on the inside, and he can't believe it at the plate. It's 1-2 now.
Well, these guys sure have been doing a lot of moaning and groaning tonight. He did not like that call at all.
Here is a ground ball now for the shortstop to the right of second. Throws in time, and that's out number 1.
The catcher, number 10, Yan Gomes.
Yan Gomes digs in, coming off a single in his last at-bat. Chop foul at the plate, strike 1. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Grounder hit hard down the first baseline. A diving try, but he can't haul it in. It's through for a base hit.
Yeah, he's swinging a pretty hot bat here. 3 for 4 now after the base hit. And that wasn't a little bleeder. That ball was smoke.
Here's the third baseman, Juan Uribe. Now here's Uribe. High and deep out to left field. And this had home run distance, but it just does hook foul. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like he's trying to get a ground ball here. He's coming right after him, trying to get a punch out.
Here's the 0-2. Oh, and he dusted him off the plate that time. Some mind games being played now. It's 1-2.
He did not like that one bit. You know, it's one thing to work in with the hard stuff, but don't do it around the dome.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Weak grounder back to the mound. He'll throw back to second to get the out, and that's going to be all they get. Boy, a risky play there, but it pays off.
And you know, this is always one of the tougher double plays to turn. Now, I'm not sure if he might have double clutched just a little bit there on the mound, waiting for the guy to cover. So they do get the force play at second, but it develops just a little too slowly to wind up getting them both.
Standing in now, Abraham Almonte. And this ball's in the air to left field, and this should do it. And that is going to put an end to this one. And the Royals have taken game 1 of the series on the road as the ball game is over.
Well, I think this one was pretty much over before it started. That huge first inning rally put this one out of reach right from the get-go.
Well, this one pretty much over before it started as we give you a final look at the line score here in what turned out to be a blowout victory. So a good offensive showing for these guys, but if we had to pick one player that stood out, that's our man right there. He's our tops player of the game.
Yeah, he came through with a couple of hits, but more importantly, that big home run, which really led his guys to this victory.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over to theshownation.com.